upgrades and upkeep to parks and trails, ongoing pavement maintenance, construction of the Lenexa Rec Center and Civic Campus. All of these projects were substantially funded by a citywide 3/8 cent sales tax. Lenexa voters approved this tax in 2008 to maintain and improve streets and parks. In total, this sales tax raises about $10 million each year. As city leaders began to plan for the next 5 years of capital projects through 2029, a significant funding gap was identified for future parks, trails, and street maintenance. The 3/8 cent sales tax is set to expire in 2028, eliminating a major funding source for these types of investments. This spring, Lenexa voters will be asked to consider whether or not to renew this tax in a mail ballot election. Let's take a look at some of the projects the 3/8 cent sales tax has helped pay for over the past 2 decades, as well as a few ways this funding could be used in the future.
Each year, select major roads and subdivision streets are resurfaced through Lenexa's pavement management program. About 60% of this preventative maintenance program is funded by the 3/8 cent sales tax. An ongoing dedicated funding source allows the city to stay on top of street upkeep, which saves significant money over time. Proactive maintenance prevents the need for disruptive and expensive street reconstruction projects. In 2024, the city invested about $7 million on preventative street maintenance. These projects extended the useful life of 52 lane miles of streets by 7 to 10 years. For comparison, the cost to completely rebuild about 5 lane miles of failing streets in 2 neighborhoods cost about $7.5 million. Take a look at a map of all the streets that have been resurfaced since the sales tax was first approved. You'll see the program has addressed roads throughout Lenexa in both neighborhoods and commercial areas. An ongoing funding source for proactive street maintenance allows the city to support an aging and growing road network.
The Lenexa Rec Center and surrounding Civic Campus opened in 2017, but work to fund this project began more than a decade earlier. The Lenexa Rec Center was one of the key projects planned when the 3/8 cent sales tax originally passed in 2008. In fact, many of Lenexa's park amenities were funded by the sales tax. Sarco Par Aquatic Center reopened in 2024 with many new features. Many of Lenexa's park playgrounds will have been replaced with new equipment by the end of this year. Fields were built to host a variety of sports at Freedom Fields and Little Mill Creek Park. Little Mill Creek Trail was recently reconstructed as a wider concrete trail. And at Astra Pool reconstruction is currently underway. Last year, the city completed 2 strategic planning processes, a comprehensive plan and a Parks and Recreation Master Plan. Through these 2 efforts, we heard from the public that maintaining, upgrading, and developing new trails was a top priority. This includes creating connections between destinations such as schools and neighborhoods. Based on that feedback, staff created a future trails map. It also identifies 21 miles of existing asphalt trails to be upgraded to the city's current 10-foot wide concrete standard. Through the Parks and Recreation Master Plan, residents shared more ways we could improve the parks and trail system. Enhancements could include new park development, off-leash dog areas, splash pads, additional pickleball courts, and more inclusive features that make playgrounds accessible for everyone. A dedicated funding source allows the city to plan for and implement these community priorities.
Citizen satisfaction surveys consistently show that care of our streets, parks, and trails is a high priority for Lenexa residents. The 3/8 cent sales tax is used to maintain and improve these heavily used public assets. As an employment center and home to diverse recreation opportunities, many people visit Lenexa and use our streets and parks. Investments made using the 3/8 cent sales tax are not fully paid for by Lenexa taxpayers. According to reports from the Kansas Department of Revenue, nearly 40% of all sales tax collected is generated by visitors to Lenexa. As an example, if you or your visitor makes a $100 purchase in Lenexa today, you pay 38 cents in the 3/8 cent sales tax. The upcoming mail ballot election is for the renewal of the 3/8 cent sales tax that shoppers in Lenexa already pay. It is not a new tax or an increase in the tax rate. The proposed sales tax is for an additional 20 years until 2048. It's projected to raise about $13 million annually. The 3/8 cent sales tax renewal election will be held by mail ballot only. Ballots will be mailed to registered voters in mid-March and must be returned to the election office by noon on April 1st, 2025. To learn more about voting, explore past projects funded by the sales tax, or see what investments could be funded by future sales tax revenue, go to lenexa.com/sales tax.